When you see an 18-wheeler rolling down a highway in the middle of the night, you are looking at tens of thousands of dollars of pure liquid capital moving at 60 miles an hour. Take a recent case from a regional supplier. A customer ordered a massive, full truckload of premium rice. They wired the full payment up front, cleared the invoice, and opted to arrange their own shipping to pick up the goods. To the customer, the heavy lifting was done. They paid for a product, they hired a truck, and the warehouse had goods ready. It feels entirely safe because it is a completely standard everyday business transaction. You hand over the cash and you get the cargo. But the timeline started to crack the very next morning. The driver the customer originally hired failed to show up for the job. To fix the delay, the customer sent a quick text message to the warehouse with new details, a new driver's name and a new license plate number. A few hours later, the replacement truck pulled into the loading dock. The warehouse staff checked the text message on their phone, looked at the bumper of the truck, confirmed the numbers matched exactly, and loaded up the pallets. Then came the late-night phone call. The customer contacted the warehouse in a panic. The replacement driver's phone was dead, and the cargo never reached its destination. The truckload of premium rice was completely gone. How does a seemingly secure, routine cargo pickup bypass standard checks and turn into a flawless heist? To figure out what happened, we have to rewind the timeline to that first driver, the one who didn't show up. Instead of fulfilling the contract or handing it off to a reputable freight company, that driver quietly outsourced the job to a peer-to-peer transport app. Gig economy apps prioritize speed over deep background checks, creating an identity loophole. The scammer exploited this by registering a stolen identity, tricking the system into rubber stamping their approval. Finally, they added a fake license plate to this verified profile. Before the truck even started its engine, the digital convenience of the app had allowed a thief to conjure a completely untraceable phantom driver out of thin air. Now, let's bring the timeline back to the physical loading dock, right at the moment this phantom driver pulls up to collect the goods. The warehouse staff at this exact moment are operating under a psychological concept known as confirmation bias. People naturally process information by looking for things that confirm their existing expectations. The staff expected a specific license plate because of the text message they received from the customer. When the fake plate rolled into the dock, it confirmed their expectation, leading them to falsely assume the driver sitting behind the wheel was vetted and safe. Because of that assumption, the staff skipped the crucial security steps. They did not ask for a physical ID card. They did not check deep credentials. They didn't even look closely at the driver's face to verify who they were handing the cargo to. This is the critical point of no return, a massive physical transfer of wealth, hoisted onto a truck and handed over to an anonymous ghost. The scammer walked away with the payload because they found the exact blind spot in the system. They exploited the gap between the customer's misplaced digital trust in an app and the warehouse's physical negligence on the loading dock. The fallout for the customer is brutal. They are left absorbing a massive financial loss, and the only piece of evidence they have to track down the stolen capital is a piece of plastic with a fake license plate number. Looking at the chain of accountability, multiple parties contributed to this disaster. The customer trusted the first driver, the driver trusted the app, and the warehouse trusted a text message. Every link failed because each party assumed someone else was responsible for verifying the truth. In an era built on digital convenience, a text message and a matching license plate are merely pieces of information. They are not security protocols. To prevent this from happening, warehouse operators must implement a zero-tolerance policy for physical ID verification. The driver's face and their physical identification card must always definitively match the official shipping manifest. For customers booking transport, the rule is just as strict. Never rely on unvetted gig economy apps to move high-value goods. Exclusively contract with established, legally accountable freight companies. And if you cannot absolutely guarantee the security of the transport chain yourself, there is a simple fail-safe. Surrender the logistics to the vendor and utilize their network of heavily vetted freight partners. In the world of logistics, your cargo is your capital. Protecting it requires building a fortress of verification, step by step. Just checking a license plate is no longer enough.